You aren't confident, you're just loud. People don't respect you. They tolerate your desperation. True confidence isn't a smile. It's the silent threat of your absolute indifference to their approval. You've been lied to. You've been told that self-esteem is a delicate flower you must nurture with affirmations and self-care. This is a lie designed to keep you weak, predictable, and, above all, subservient. In the Machiavellian reality, your current concept of worth is nothing more than a social leash. Most men spend their lives auditioning for the approval of people they don't even like. They measure their value by the warmth of a stranger's smile or the validation of a peer group. That would forget them in a week if they died tomorrow. This is not confidence. It is emotional panhandling. When you seek validation, you are handing the remote control of your nervous system to the highest bidder. You are effectively telling the world, I do not know who I am until you tell me. True Machiavellian sovereignty begins with the brutal execution of the social self. You must realize that the you that wants to be liked is a parasite. It lives on the scraps of attention others throw your way. To become terrifyingly confident, you must starve this parasite. You must stop viewing your worth as a fluctuating market value determined by others, and start seeing it as a fixed internal capital that is not up for negotiation. Confidence isn't the belief that they will like you. It is the absolute, cold-blooded indifference to whether they do or not. People are not your judges. They are variables in your environment. Some will be useful, some will be obstacles, but none are qualified to define you. The moment you stop asking for permission to exist, you stop being a servant and start becoming a master. You are too available. You respond to every message within seconds. You attend every mediocre gathering you're invited to, and you wonder why your presence has the weight of a feather. You have turned yourself into a common commodity, cheap, accessible, and easily replaced. To be terrifyingly confident is to understand that your presence is a premium resource, not a public utility. The masses believe that showing up is the key to success. They are wrong. Familiarity doesn't just breed contempt, it breeds invisibility. When you are always there, people feel they have figured you out. They categorize you, file you away, and stop paying attention. You become background noise. To disrupt this, you must master the art of the sudden withdrawal. When you strategically vanish, when you become unreachable without explanation, you create a psychological vacuum. In that silence, their minds begin to work against them. They start to wonder where you are, what you are building, and why they suddenly feel a drop in status because you are no longer there to validate them. Your absence forces them to confront their own inadequacy. This isn't about playing hard to get. It is about demonstrating that your time is governed by a higher purpose that does not include them. By withdrawing your presence, you increase your value through scarcity. You force the world to negotiate for your attention on your terms, not theirs. A man who can walk away and stay away possesses a level of power that the needy can never comprehend. If you want to be feared, stop being a constant. Become a variable. Silence is the loudest thing in a room full of noise. Most men are blinded by the fog of sentimentality. They navigate the world through a haze of fairness, kindness, and friendship. These are social lubricants designed to keep the gears of the collective turning. But for the man seeking true power, they are optical illusions. To be terrifyingly confident, you must develop amoral objectivity, the ability to see people not as heroes or villains, but as biological machines with predictable inputs and outputs. When you look at a room, you must stop seeing friends and start seeing assets, liabilities, and noise. This isn't about being evil, it's about being clinical. A surgeon doesn't cry for the patient, he operates. If he let emotion cloud his vision, his hand would shake and the patient would die. In the social hierarchy, your empathy is the tremor in your hand. It is a glitch in your operating system that causes you to hesitate when you should strike, or to compromise when you should command. True confidence is the byproduct of seeing the world with zero distortion. When you realize that most people are driven by base insecurities, hunger for status, and the fear of being alone, they lose their power over you. You no longer fear their judgment because you understand the pathetic mechanics behind it. You become the only sober person in a room full of drunks. This cold perspective radiates from you. When people look into your eyes and realize you aren't playing the same emotional game they are, that you are analyzing them while they are trying to connect with you, it triggers a primal alarm. They realize you cannot be manipulated by guilt or shame. You have stepped outside the cage of common morality, and that makes you the most dangerous person in the room. The eyes are not the windows to the soul. They are the rangefinders for the hunt. Most men fail the test of the gaze within the first 3 seconds of an encounter. They look away, they blink rapidly, or they shift their focus to the floor. These are biological submission signals inherited from our primate ancestors. When you break eye contact first, you are announcing to the room that you are prey. You are signaling that you find the other person's presence more taxing than they find yours. To terrify others with your confidence, you must master the predatory stillness of the unblinking gaze. This is not about staring like a lunatic. It is about the refusal to be the first to flinch. When you look at someone, look through them. Treat their attempts at social posturing as a specimen under a microscope. By holding your gaze a fraction of a second longer than is polite, you trigger a primal alarm in their amygdala. You are communicating that you are not afraid of a confrontation, and more importantly, that you are assessing their weaknesses. Combine this gaze with total physical stillness. The weak fidget. They adjust their clothes. They touch their faces. They nod like bobbleheads to show they are listening. You will do none of this. You will remain as still as a statue. When you speak, do not move your hands to emphasize your points. Let your words carry their own weight. When they speak, do not nod to comfort them. This lack of feedback is psychological torture for the average person. They will begin to babble, filling the silence with nervous information, exposing their insecurities just to break the tension you've created. Your silence and your stare are a mirror, one that shows them exactly how small they are. The ultimate leverage in any human interaction is the absolute, cold-blooded willingness to walk away and never look back. Most men are paralyzed by the fear of loss. They are terrified of losing their status, their comfort, or the shallow approval of their social circle. This fear is a leash. It makes you predictable, it makes you manageable, and it makes you weak. If you are afraid to lose it, you don't own it. It owns you. To become terrifyingly confident, you must adopt the scorched earth mindset. You must reach a point of internal sovereignty where you are prepared to lose everything: your job, your reputation, your relationships, rather than compromise your position. When you are no longer a hostage to your own attachments, you become an unstoppable force. You cannot be blackmailed if you don't care about your reputation. You cannot be intimidated if you don't value your safety over your dignity. This is the apex of Machiavellian power, the man who is willing to burn the ships. When you enter a negotiation, a room, or a relationship with the genuine internal conviction that you are ready to walk out and let it all collapse, the dynamic shifts instantly. People can sense the absence of desperation. It creates a psychological pressure that forces them to bend to your will. They realize that they need the outcome more than you do. Your power is exactly proportional to your detachment. If you can live without it, you can control it. If you can lose it without flinching, you truly own it. Cultivate the mindset of a man who has already died to his own needs. A man who has nothing to lose is the only man who is truly free. And there is nothing more terrifying to the masses than a man who cannot be bought, coerced, or broken because he simply does not care for their rewards. You have the tools, but let's be honest, most of you will do absolutely nothing with them. You will listen to these words, feel a temporary surge of borrowed power, and then retreat into your life of quiet desperation and polite nodding. You will go back to being the man who apologizes for his own existence, waiting for a permission slip that will never come. If you truly want to be the man who terrifies, you must accept the absolute loneliness of the sovereign. True confidence is the shadow cast by a man who stands entirely alone, needing no one to verify his reality. It is the heavy silence that follows when you stop explaining yourself. People are terrified of what they cannot categorize, and they cannot categorize a man who has no master and no off switch. They will call you arrogant. They will call you cold. They will call you dangerous. Let them. Their labels are just the bars of a cage they are trying to fit you into, because they cannot control you. From this moment on, your internal landscape is the only one that matters. You are no longer an actor in someone else's play. You are the architect of the theater. You don't need to build confidence. You simply need to stop sabotaging your own power by caring about the opinions of those who lack the courage to even look you in the eye. Thanks, and if this video helped you a little bit, then do something for this video.